The academic ability is very particular. It's an ability for a certain type of reasoning, a certain type of deductive reasoning, and it's mainly verbal in character and sometimes mathematical, and that's very important. It's very important indeed. But we think visually too. We think in sound. We think in movement. There are. I always remember saying, that painters, visual artists, aren't compensating for a lack of verbal dexterity. They're having visual ideas. You're conveying things in images that can't otherwise be expressed so adequately. There was a great example. I think it was Mahler. I don't know for sure, but one of the classical composers, I think it was Mahler, he'd just finished a new piece, and there was a student in the back of the hall who heard him play this new piece, and he said to him, "Maestro, that was wonderful." And Mahler didn't know he was a tenor, and said, "Oh, thank you very much." And the student said, "What is it about, this new piece?" He said, "Oh, it's about this," he said, and he played it again. Because if he could have put it in any other way, there'd have been no need for the music. So it seems to me self-evident that human culture is so diverse and rich because our intelligence is so diverse and multifaceted. But for historical reasons, education has come to focus on a certain type of intellectual activity, one that's transacted mainly through speech and writing, mainly writing, and through mathematics. And I remember, if you look at, for example, special education, there are people who have all kinds of difficulties with writing or with hearing, or with sight, or with speech. If somebody has cerebral palsy, it's very hard for them to speak, not because they can't think coherent thoughts, but because they can't control the muscles of their face that you need in order to make a sound come out in a clear and articulate way. And the consequence is that people end up confusing those sorts of difficulties with a lack of general intelligence. And I think what's happened is that because we have such a narrow view of ability in our education systems, we've concocted a very large conception of disability to account for it. So if you're not good at these things, your thoughts are now to be disabled. And I think it's a terrible deficit model. And it's why so many people pass through education not feeling very smart, either because they're not particularly interested in what they're being taught or how it's being taught, or because it doesn't speak to how they think. I used to work a lot with the Royal Ballet, and you watch choreographers at work, or athletes, and these are not unintelligent activities. These are smart people doing smart things, but they're exercising other aspects of our intelligence. So that's the first thing. Intelligence is very broad-based. Creativity is a function of intelligence, and it's about having original ideas, and you can be creative in anything. You can have original mathematical ideas, original filmic ideas, original ideas in business, and there are processes we understand about how creativity works. It's about coming up with something new.